Coming up on Business Report Africa, Nigeria produces 120,000 tons of cashew per annum. Morocco, Senegal to strengthen economic partnership. Experts suggest debt repayment delay to handle public finances in Kenya. Nigeria's Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala makes history as WTO's new leader. This is Business Report Africa, brought to you by your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. I am Ruel Panawo. The National President, National Cashew Association of Nigeria, NCAN, Mr. Ojo Ajanaku, said on Monday, February 15th, at a workshop on cashew apple processing, that Nigeria produces 120,000 tons of cashew annually, placing it as the sixth largest producer of cashew in the world, with a total annual trade worth of 24 billion naira. At the workshop, which was in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, the NCAN National President urged cashew farmers to be serious with cashew business in order to get cash from cashew. Mr. Ajanaku was confident that Nigeria would be able to meet up with the current global market trends, which show an increasing and strong demand for cashew. The Economic, Social and Environmental Council, CESE, of Senegal have made moves to strengthen economic ties with Morocco's CESE. Earlier this February, Senegal CESE sent a delegation to Morocco's CESE in an attempt to discuss the implementation of cooperation strategies between both councils, with both parties agreeing to reinforce their relations in business and scientific research through partnerships between Senegalese and Moroccan universities. The CESE was set up by King Mohammed VI in 2011 as an independent institution relating to policy assessment and recommendation about social and economic development related issues. The Senegalese delegation met with the president of the General Confederation of Moroccan Enterprises, CGEM, to partnerships of mutual benefit, which includes the mobilization against COVID-19, as well as the development of scientific research in both countries. In 2019, according to Trading Economics, Morocco's exports to Senegal reached $220 million. According to experts, Kenya's debt repayment delays work well in keeping public finances on a sustainable footing without a policy rethink. In January 2021, Kenya secured a 6-month moratorium on $245 million of debt repayment to China. It also obtained 6 months of debt service suspension from Paris Club creditors until the end of June. This has been met with different reactions, and citizens like Reginald Kazutu, economist at Amana Capital, Nairobi, is not entirely optimistic, as she believes, and I quote, "I don't think it's enough, as it just kicks the can down the road. The amounts are not enough to make an impact, and even if those funds are applied elsewhere, 6 months might not be long enough to make an impact." The Kenyan Treasury projects that debt service as a share of government revenue will reach 50% in 2023 to 2024, up from 31% in 2019 to 2020. And to make its debt sustainable in the long term, Kenya needs to cut spending on infrastructure projects that have negative returns on investment. Jaguar's Land Rover's Jaguar brand will be all-electric by 2025. The company has plans to launch electric models of its entire Jaguar and Land Rover lineup by 2030, while keeping all 3 of its British plants open as part of its new strategy. This development is in full progress even after plans to build an electric version of its XJ luxury saloon model has been dropped. Shares in JLR's India-based owner, Tata Motors, rose as much as 3%. The company plans to spend about 2.5 billion pounds a year on new technology for its cars. In Europe and China, car makers are under pressure to meet stringent carbon emission demands, as well as customer demand for high-performance electric cars with a luxury or performance feel. The UK plans to ban the sale of new petrol and diesel cars from 2030. This has led luxury car brands to take the course of zero-emission lineup. More news coming up on Business Report Africa. We will be back after the short break. Do stay with us. Amidst optimistic views about a possible end to the lockdown in the United Kingdom, the pound has hit its highest level against the dollar in nearly 3 years, surpassing $1.39 on Monday. The pound also hit a 9-month high against the euro at 1.147 euros. Over 15 million people have now taken the COVID vaccination, and this has raised hope that the state of normalcy will return and the economy will soon begin to recover. Prime Minister Boris Johnson will set out his cautious but irreversible plan for exiting England's lockdown this February. According to Chris Turner, global head of markets at ING, the pound continues to reap the dividends of a successful vaccine rollout, and momentum is building towards a reopening of the economy, probably starting with schools on the 8th of March. The United Kingdom has made more progress with the vaccine than expected, and while Prime Minister Boris Johnson warns that high rates of infection could lead to delays, the precaution measures set in place could lead to rapid progress. Customs officers in Cameroon stationed in Garoua seized 7 kilograms of gold that were on the verge of being smuggled. Hidden in the luggage of a Chinese national coming from the Republic of Central Africa, the trafficker, who was taken into custody, claimed that the seized gold was the property of several of his compatriots living in Central African Republic, CAR. This confirms the existence of precious metals and stones trafficked between Cameroon and the CAR. A report published in December 2016 by Canadian organization Impact, formerly known as Partnership Africa Canada PAC, presented Cameroon as a hub where the conflict diamonds of the Central African Republic are exported. Even though the accusation was refuted by the Cameroonian authorities, several precious metal shipments have been seized at airports and in cities across the country since then. Abi Atawodi, responsible for Uber's expansion and growth in many West African cities, has headed on to Netflix. Announcing the move on LinkedIn, Abi described her 6 years at Uber as a ride of a lifetime. A major milestone during her time at Uber was in March 2016 when Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital, became Uber's 400th city. With time, Atawodi rose to the position of Uber's head of product payments in February 2017. Now, even though she has switched to Netflix, which is entertainment, Abi's focus remains on payments. She wrote, "Anyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed with Netflix. The culture, the product, the impact it has had on the art of storytelling. Excited to be joining Netflix as Director of Payments Europe, the Middle East and Africa, and I can't wait to do the best work of my life." In the last quarter of 2020, Netflix added 8.5 million new subscribers and ended the year with over 200 million paying subscribers. Atawodi, before joining Uber in 2014, worked at Etisalat, now known as 9Mobile, as their head of corporate communications and sponsorships. No doubt Netflix sure has a great addition, and we look forward to hearing more wonderful things. On 15th February at 1500 Geneva time, the WTO held its General Council online to confirm the new Director General. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has therefore made history as the first woman and first African to win the Director General post of the 164-member World Trade Organization. In November 2020, the then U.S. President Donald Trump ordered Robert Lighthizer, his trade envoy, to block her appointment. This opinion was soon changed as Joe Biden defeated Trump in the U.S. elections and began triggering several foreign policy about turns. Among them was to give strong support to Okonjo-Iweala. According to diplomats in Geneva, Okonjo-Iweala is expected at the organization's Forbidden Greystone headquarters this week, after which she will set out on different tasks for reformation, reimagining, and a workable pattern for the World Trade Organization and global community during this pandemic and post-pandemic era. Thank you for watching Business Report Africa. Do follow us on social media at TOSTV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOSTV Network. I am Ruel Penao. Bye for now.